Ready.
Hey, everyone. It's Jane from Your Weight Loss. Hi, Leash.
Hey, girl. Hi.
I feel like I'm getting more and more confident and comfortable in this like space of the Zoom. It's so easy for us. I just like love this.
I
Love this.
don't want to say it out loud. Is this it?
This is the most consistent in terms of like sound. Like I feel like sound is good. Even like I was listening to Kat and I the other day, it was so loud in the back, like the boom. I was like, oh my God. Like I tried to listen it in my car and I just like could not. And then I listened in very low in my ears while I was like walking yesterday. And I'm like, see, like we're just all just trying our best. And they're like busy. And podcasts, they do 3 a week.
Yeah.
I don't know people that do 3 30-minute podcasts a week.
No. Tell us about your one-piece suit. You took it out on a walk yesterday. How did you make out with that?
So fun. It was hot yesterday, though.
Oh my God. Do you know, I blame myself. Obviously on this weekend, I put away everyone's summer clothes. And then today I had to go sift through a bag in the basement to find my kids' shorts.
Right. It was like, it's like 20 today. It's insane.
Yeah. But
the
it was
weather's
still
really nice.
Freezing this morning.
Yes. It's like 11.
Yeah.
I know. We don't know. And this whole conversation is only going to get worse. It's literally going to be like 1 degree and 10. So it's like, like we'll be like mittens that they took everything. And then by the afternoon, it's like, not at all. Like, it's like, just going to get worse, but in colder.
I'm like not mentally ready for that
Absolutely.
Next stage.
I'm never mentally ready.
And the kids are doing today. There's so much happening. I feel like it all escalated really quickly. I don't know if it's because they're that little bit older. They're like doing more things.
Okay.
But I just ordered like little pens so we can write on the chalkboard what's happening because there's like so much every single day.
Amazing.
But the kids have a track meet today. The girls are going to be do track.
So cute. At it. Track is just running fast.
Yes. Running. I think just the goal is to finish the race.
Okay. There's a race. Okay.
Yes. There's a track meet. They had practice yesterday and we're going to Centennial Park today and they're running.
That's so fun. I want pictures.
I hope Phoebe doesn't fall.
What?
I mean,
I know.
I also only have Converse sneakers for them for their outdoor sneakers.
Oh, that's not good.
Maybe
You're like the person that arrives with Converse sneakers at spin. And I'm like the teacher that's like, are you serious right now? Oh my God. I need to blow my nose.
I mean, when I bought them these sneakers, I didn't think they were going to be doing track and field and there's only 3 meets. I'm not going to buy them new sneakers.
No, you're not. It's not like, and like at the end of it, you didn't know that they were going to like be athletes,
I mean,
I love that you're like, I hope Phoebe doesn't fall. It would have been funny if you're like, I hope Phoebe doesn't fall and break her nose. Like, just like exaggerate and break her arm.
Buddy. She was like really nervous today. She was like, I don't want to do it. And I said, I understand it's out of your comfort zone. Try it once. And if you don't like it.
Okay.
I'm right now, I'm thinking I'm going to ask their teacher to send their indoor shoes home with them.
I think that's a good plan.
Because those are normal sneakers.
Yeah.
Okay. Good talk.
Yeah. They need good sneakers.
Yeah. They have like Nikes at school for indoors.
Yeah. I'm not worried. Oh, Nikes. She's like, they are not shitty sneakers at school. No, they're going to be fine. So there's only 3 meetings, like 3. Okay. Is it the school track team outside of school?
School.
Ah, fun. I just put Dia into, we continue skating. So she's in skating right now. We continue skating this winter. I asked her if there's anything else she wanted to do. She always asks if there's like an end, like I'm like, do you want to do dance? And she's like, is there a concert or whatever? And I'm like, no, yes. And she's like, no, thank you.
She doesn't want the grand finale.
Yeah. Which is literally all that I want. Anyways, I'm like, whatever, girl. So she's not interested in it. Whatever. It's twice a week. Doesn't want to do swimming. Doesn't want to do the things. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Like, plus I have 3 now that are in activities. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
There's like an art camp thing they want to do. Alfie wants to do a Camp Centennial thing on Friday nights. Alfie has tutoring twice a week. The girls are in tumbling once a week. It's like,
right. There's a lot. There's a lot of humans.
Neil has pickleball.
How's that going? Tell us.
So good.
Oh my God.
I was like, Neil, are you trying to lose weight right now? And he's like, I'm not trying.
I love his responses for everything.
Because he's like being way more active.
Okay.
And I can see him like trying to make certain choices, I feel like.
Okay. You're going to have to watch him and his like diet behaviors. He has diet behaviors for sure. Like when he wants
Yeah.
to lose, he like gets like then he gets like really excited about numbers.
Yes.
He
Like,
gets
remember,
really
oh my God,
excited.
let's talk about this. When he lost like 20 pounds, maybe 2 years ago or something. He had it like on a chart and he was like, look at this. This is like unicorn shit. And I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I wanted to tell him that actually losing weight really quickly and then gaining it all back is actually not unicorn shit. It's actually what most people do.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like he was so proud, but like, I was like, but you gained it all back.
See, you and I have a different definition of success than most. Like, I don't see quick weight loss as like this, like, oh my God, you're being so successful. Like, I'm like, wait a second, what are you doing? Why is it going down so fast? Like, I actually like rain on that parade all the time. Not like out loud because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but like, I'm like, ooh, like, let's watch this. Like, let's make sure. Like, I have this one friend keeps losing literally 20 pounds in 2 minutes. Literally in 2 seconds can lose 20 pounds,
Okay.
15, 20, gains it all back all the time. And I'm like really happy for her when she sends me like lost 15 pounds. I'm like, yes, but like, I know what you had to do like, I saw you yesterday and you weren't this size. So like you lost it overnight. Like, it's like so quick every time. It's always the exact same thing. She's just like not like doing, and it's, and she understands calorie deficit because I know she does because I tell her all the time. But it's literally McDonald's or fish.
It's so difficult
Yeah.
to not get distracted by the numbers.
Yeah. There's always this like moment of freezing. I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's so annoying. I don't know why it's freezing. I'm gonna keep talking. Hi. Okay. So we didn't hear anything that you said. So just start over.
So I experienced this myself when we were doing the Tim Hortons thing. So, I hadn't really been purposely trying to lose weight, nor were we during Tim Hortons, but the weight was coming and it was coming off quickly. And I realized that my brain was like remembering it, like went back to past times where I had gotten on that high of losing weight quickly. And it's really difficult when you are seeing success on the scale to not then keep going and like really focus on the numbers, and like they can almost like take over, and you have to be very purposeful to remind yourself, actually, like I literally was like, Alicia, the goal is not weight loss right now. The goal is that you eat Tim Hortons for a month and you document it. That's the goal. Like I had to actually remind myself of that, because I saw myself going, okay, so I lost this much weight last week and I ate on average 1900 calories. I could easily skim that down to 18. And that is a flippin' slippery ass slope.
Yes, what a great conversation you're bringing up right now. I'm thinking about how people like it is. We're not going to take that away from human behavior and human psychology, that it's very motivating when you do something and you see it go down. But I understand, law. Like, we're not saying like, oh, you shouldn't be too excited. Like, no, I understand that you're like, well, shit, this is working. I'm gonna like, I feel motivated right now. Oh, wait, this is not even hard because you're like seeing the results. Like, you are being blinded by that result, love. You're being blinded by that, and you're not recognizing that you're being blinded because you're saying, no, no, no. I'm so
fine.
motivated. I'm fine. It's like the first few months that you date someone, you're like, no, 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 like it's that good. Everything's that perfect. Everything that, and they're like, no, 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 you're being blinded by the perfection and the things that like, that you're not living together yet. And that like, he hasn't farted yet. You know what I mean? Like it's coming. It's coming. You're being blinded by this, look, but you're like, no, 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 I got this. This is the time.
And for me, I extra recognized that when the scale stopped going down. And I was, because previous scales going down, I'm like, this is easy. I can do this all day. No problem. Blue, blue, blue. Right.
Alicia
Scale
was like,
drops.
I just have to say, Alicia was like on honeymoon the first week. She's like, this is so easy. Oh my God. And I'm like dying, depressed. Okay, keep going.
Do you think overall I found it easier than you?
Yes.
Yeah. And everyone thought it was going to be the opposite.
Everyone thought it was going to be the opposite because Josie likes to eat shit is what people think, right? That's what people think. It's funny.
I think it's so funny. Anyways, so I was like on cloud nine, everything's good. And then the weight loss stops and I'm PCAS and I need to go deep and say, why are you cranky right now, Alicia? Yeah. You're cranky because the scale's not moving. Now you're doing the exact same thing that you were doing last week when you were on cloud nine. So it's not that it's easy and that blue. It's that you were blinded by weight loss.
Yeah.
And that takes deep reflection and that takes like challenging your own thoughts. That takes experience, but we need to check in with ourselves when we're trying to lose weight. We need to check in with ourselves.
And I think that also like triggered the conversation that you're still open to weight loss, whereas I'm not. Like, I'm like done. Like, I don't care about weight loss as much as you do. You're still open to it. You're still like, you know? And so, yes. So I think that like, I was so miserable.
I see what you're saying.
I could not care less about me getting thinner. I got to the thinnest that I was like 140. Like basically I was ripped. I was so thin. You could see all my abs and I'm eating Tim Hortons and I should be like, oh yeah, bruh. I could not care less about that right now. I just want my life back. And so I was not as blinded about weight loss because my relationship with weight loss is different than yours. And so that also triggers a conversation, you know, and then you were also like, at one point you said, like, I'm not the word jealous, but you're like, why is she losing more than me? I should be losing more. Like it really became more of an obsession about the weight loss than you had anticipated.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I was like, Leash, who frigging cares? We're eating Tim Hortons. It sucks. Like, who cares about our weight loss? We're all going to gain it back. I kept saying, we're all going to gain it back, Leash. Like, this is bullshit. Like, this is not real weight. You know, this is an experience, but you were more like on the scale. You were more obsessed with that for sure.
Absolutely. And I've been super transparent about this forever, that is still a something that I don't want to say want, will work on and continue to work on. Like there's, as you go on this journey, there's, you know, my relationship with weekends or my relationship with alcohol, my relationship with peanut butter and chocolate chip. Like I've literally like healed these relationships and created healthy habits around these circumstances. And the scale, I still have work to do. And that experiment highlighted that to me. Like I knew it, but it was like, okay, there's deeper shit there, Alicia, that you need to overcome.
Yeah. I think that people were also thinking about alcohol for you and that was going to be hard. And honestly, I've seen a lot of growth with your relationship with alcohol. Like I see yourself talking like, do I want to be the person that feels that way the next day? Do I want to be the person that needs that, you know, every time she goes out? Like, do I need to, whatever? So I see your growth with your relationship with alcohol for sure. So I think you were at like a stronger place when we did the documentary. Just like I've worked so hard with my relationship with like my current body, weight gain, weight loss, that I was at a stronger place when we did that documentary. Maybe in 1 year, if you were to redo it, you would be less number obsessed, right? Yep. Just like my September experiment of not getting on the scale. I did it in 2021. I'm doing it in 2022, but I'm not the same human. Like 2021, I hated the experiment because I was like, I want to know if I'm gaining weight. I deserve to know. I want to like be transparent with my weight. And the reason why I wanted that was because I need a better relationship with weight gain. And I've worked on that relationship all through 21 and 22. So now this year, I like cannot like, if I gain, I gain. Like that means that maybe that's my authentic way of showing up. Like, so I just like, I'm really creating this like deep relationships with all these little things. Like there are little like relationships of scale, body, weight gain, weight loss, how you look. There's so much that you can work on, that you can like get deeper relationship.
I hope I never stop working on myself and being the best version of myself.
You won't, because you've like set yourself up to always have an environment that creates higher perspective, different perspective.
I mean, I basically need you so you can never die. Okay.
Never die. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. So number obsessed, and what I think is really important for our listeners is to understand that, like, to understand our growth, to understand how we've evolved when it comes to the reason why we can help so many people is because we have knowing. We have knowledge, but
That's
we
good.
have knowing.
That's good.
And I think that that is what separates us from, you can have knowledge on calorie deficit and you can have knowledge on, like, people have cheat days and tell them like, you shouldn't have that. But the knowing that we have is actually next level. I don't think I know anyone, like, the knowing we have is so deep and so consistent because we've been doing this for so long, nonstop. It's not like we did it 5 years ago and then we're back. Like, it's like, it's been nonstop my whole life of knowing myself and deep reflection and self-awareness and honesty and like growth and development, that it's like where we're at today is why I can talk to someone and they feel like they're being seen and heard and understood. They feel understood when they talk to us. They feel understood when they listen to us as well.
Explain for the people what not knowing and knowledge is, the difference.
Okay, so knowledge is knowing how a body loses weight. Like, let's say you're like, I'm a dietitian, I'm a nutritionist. You have knowing in a certain field. Knowledge in a certain field. You're a doctor. You have knowledge in a certain field. You can know that smoking is not good for you, and you can tell your patients, hey, you shouldn't smoke, you'll live longer. But if you were a smoker and you stopped smoking, you have knowing in that journey, right? So we have knowing because we were both overweight. We have knowing in the diet industry because we've both gone through that trauma for so long. We have knowing in the mindset of someone that was overweight, wanting to lose weight, the shit that you felt, the things that you believed, because we were there. So that's knowing instead of knowledge. So honestly, when someone's like, are you a dietitian? Before that question was awkward for us. Like, it was like,
Yeah.
we just like didn't know what to answer, honestly, you guys. And then now we have an answer. What the service that they provide is not the same service we provide.
Yeah.
Like, that is not the same. Like, what a dietitian does is not what we do. We have
No.
dietitians on your weight loss.
Yes.
So like, and we have people that are doing your weight loss, like go see a dietitian, because of their allergies and their medical conditions. And they're like things that they need, like they have diabetes, they have to learn more about what they actually can consume for like their health purposes. We help people heal their relationship with the diet industry and trauma with food and like the shit they think and they believe. And I'm sorry, knowledge, I think knowing is greater than knowledge. And I don't think you can have knowing without any like some sort of knowledge.
I agree.
Like
Knowing
we're
is
not going
deeper. It's understanding and having experienced. Like there's just a difference. And even coming back to the Tim Hortons thing, like the level of like knowing I had after that experience was far greater than I had before. Like, speaking of lingering things that I realized when we did that thing, there was still lingering carb drama in my brain. Yeah. And after doing that, literally eating basically only carbs it was like, okay, you can eat carbs, Alicia, which I had knowledge on that. But there was knowing after experiencing and living.
Yeah. And I think what we're trying to do with the world is to give them more knowing and almost like, because, and getting them to live calorie deficit is next level than just us telling them they need to be in a calorie deficit or that they're not in a calorie deficit. Like, I want you to live and experience that. I also think that if you are joining something and they're telling you exactly what you should be doing, whatever, please know that that just is what their beliefs are. And also, like, they also have work to do in thinking that what they do works for everyone. Like, they need a different perspective. They need like a broader look at how life works. So to think that like one way of doing things works for everyone, or even to just say like, this is you, like, this is how you stay disciplined, this is motivation, whatever. Those people need to work on their own relationship with working out and eating and weekends and whatever. You see what I'm saying? I don't know if you're like reading between the lines, but I'm sorry. If you have like this like fitness instructor or fitness PT that's like, you got to do this and whatever, this person also has trauma to heal because they're being influenced by society that they need to lift weights and they need to like look a certain way. And then they need to be doing that. Like, I don't know. I would feel just so bad if I was telling someone else how they should be looking or doing. Like, I can't. For me, it's like that's not my job in this world. Like, it's no one else's job but yours.
No one's. And really, guys, we wanted to kind of have this conversation with you guys about the number game. And just again, the whole purpose of these podcasts this month is to really remind
Create
you
awareness.
creating awareness around your thoughts and you putting yourself on a diet. And we see dangerous things happening when you're over focusing on the number on the scale. When you're like, oh, no, I was 23.6 that I lost, or like, taking off your shirt before you get on, or, not drinking water before, like these are diet behaviors. That comes when we start to really focus on the number on the scale. And then there's the number of calories you're consuming. Like I shared with you guys when I talked about the Tim Hortons, and I saw that disordered way of thinking when I used to count calories. Oh, well, I consumed 1,500 this week. I wonder if I could do 14. And you try and like find little ways to like cut calories here. Like, I'm sorry, that is a disordered way of looking at food.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And then there's the timeline. Let's talk about a timeline.
Yeah. Please don't. Please stop that now.
How many people do you think have already told themselves, okay, before Christmas, I want to lose X amount of weight? How many people do you think listening to this podcast right now have said to themselves, before Christmas, I want to lose X amount of weight?
It's just, I want people to check into their intentions. So for me, it's like, you don't have the proper intentions. You're just focusing on weight loss. In my mind, I think the intentions should be before Christmas, I want to start working on my self-flow. I need to start prioritizing more time for my walks and whatever, because I want this for me and how I'm showing up. It's like that different approach. It's different intentions. That's what it's like at your weight loss. And that almost takes like almost like courage. Like it takes like, you want to heal the shit you believe, the way you see food. Like that's what you need to come to your weight loss, and not like, I'm joining your weight loss because I want to lose 10 pounds before the holidays. Like it's just not the same intentions when it comes to joining your weight loss. Now, the reason why, that's why we want to disrupt the way you usually do it. Like, that's why we're different, I guess, at the end of the day. It's like almost pointing that out right now. I want to point out the fact that like, we don't even want you to say a number before the holidays, because it's such a waste. It's such a waste of your energy. And also you're putting yourself on a diet to get that number.
I also really believe, and I realize this about myself, like I've had a lot of growth with how much I weigh and my worth. Like I've had so much growth, and like with our members, because I was going on a fall calorie deficit journey, I was like, okay, I'm going to share my weight, which I really hadn't done before. And I shared them my real weight. And I shared a weight that in the past I had told myself I was not worthy if I was at that weight.
Yeah.
So sharing that has helped. So my point of what I'm saying is, when you tell yourself, I want to lose 20 pounds for Christmas, you're basically subconsciously giving yourself the message that right now at your current weight, you are not worthy of Christmas or the holidays or going to a holiday party. You don't realize it, but by you setting that timeline for an event, you are giving yourself that message that you are not worthy.
Yeah.
As you are right now. And I'll tell you that you are worthy.
Yeah. And I think what you're worthy of and what you deserve is to keep working on showing up as who you want to be. So I think the conversation shouldn't be, I hope I'm 20 pounds lighter in 2 months. The conversation should be, today, I don't feel like I'm showing up as who I want to be in my life. I hate that I'm sitting on the couch for hours. I hate that I can't go up the stairs. I hate that I get all hot and weird when I get dressed in the morning. Because I think that what we're doing is we're not actually taking the time to have an honest conversation on how we feel today. And we live in la la land of the future and the magical. Oh, it's going to be so, but I think we need to heal how we feel about who we are today in order to actually move on with the proper intentions. I think that everyone it's easy to say, I want to lose 20 pounds. It's all beautiful and rainbows and butterflies. And imagine how good I'll feel. Like, it's always like, it's happy. It's a good thought. It's a good dream. Slash, we're telling you to like cry. We're literally like telling you to sit there and have a moment of like, I don't like how I am today. I don't like who I am today. I don't like how I look or feel today. That doesn't feel good, having those feelings, but you need them in order to actually start in the proper path. You need that, because just saying, I want to lose 15 pounds, you're going to do shitty things that do not align with who you are today, because you're not even having the conversation about who you are today and how you feel about today. Like, it's like, I know that the Queen of Confidence is more like, let's cry. You know what I mean? More like she makes people cry, but I understand that part. People need to have that honest, this is where I'm at today and it's not feeling good,
Yeah. And it's
more
okay
of that.
and it's okay to feel those feels, it's okay to let that in and to acknowledge that. It is okay to acknowledge that.
Because I think it puts you on the path of the right intentions.
I also love what you said about La La Land. Like, it is like I don't know why we do this, but we do. We underestimate what it would take to lose the weight, even though for the last 20 years, we've been trying to lose that 20 pounds. We're like, oh yeah, I'll just like do that. But will you? Like, what's different this September than last September? Like, why do you think that is going to be easy?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh.
It's a lot. And you know what? I wanted to say that I watched your calorie deficit thing, and I didn't know that you were saying your real weight. I know that you don't typically do that. That's not like a part of like who you are, where I'm like, on this day I weighed that, and you know what I mean? But like, I was like, oh my God, she's actually sharing her weight. I know that how much that's a big step for you. Just like, me showing my ass, that's a big step for me. So I think that like, and I listened to the story, you're like Jose, and I love the subconscious, that part where you say subconsciously, you're telling yourself, I'm not showing that because that's bad. So you weren't saying your weight because subconsciously you think that weight is bad. Well, that's holding you back from having a better relationship with all numbers. You know what I mean? So I do believe in that subconscious game, of like, if I'm hiding a certain thing, subconsciously you're telling your brain or your body or whatever that that's bad. That's why you're hiding it.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah. And you have to find and feel whatever you feel comfortable with. And we all have different platforms or whatever, obviously your journey is different than ours, but there's a lot of power in acknowledging. And you know what you realize? Same life, same husband, same job. Everyone loves me the same, because people don't love me if I weigh 169 or 172. Like,
it's ridiculous. Actually,
it really is ridiculous when you really get down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, exactly. And then like, once you put that aside, and also people undervalue the fact that once you put all the numbers aside, whether it's like, and your drama with it, there's so much space left for you to think about the proper intentions. Like, okay, now that I don't care if I lose weight or whatever, or gain weight, honestly, I just want to start feeling like I'm living the life that I deserve.
It just gives more space to actually work towards becoming the person you want to be, and not working on weighing less.
And you know what? We understand that this sounds almost like, what are they like? This is like this other world or this other way of thinking, but we've lived the diet industry. It's very, so we've lived the diet mentality. We've reached our goals. Like, what does that mean? We've lost the weight, right? I've actually maintained my weight with a very diet mentality.
Yeah,
I did.
Yep.
And now I've maintained the same weight without the diet mentality. So proving that it's not the diet mentality that kept me there. I chose personally that I wanted to start changing my perception, and I wanted to grow as a different person. And in order to do that, I also needed to not be afraid of weight gain. Like, I needed to like let go of because in order to let go of the diet mentality that we so believe in and trust in, like, if I do this, you promised that I was going to keep the weight off. You promised that I was going to lose the weight. And it's when you start letting go of like those rules and all of the things that we were told, it can be scary that weight will come on, And so I realized that I really needed to like have such a good relationship with weight gain and not worrying about numbers and whatever. And really my intentions are, I'm creating the best life for myself. I am creating a mindset that is noiseless. I am creating less drama in my life. I deserve this less drama, even with 10 pounds on. Does that make sense? And so I think that for me, and you'll realize, you guys, that you're not going to gain it all back. And because you've had such a good relationship with weight gain, even the 2-3 pounds that comes with less noise, you're like, straight trade. Geez, oh cripe. I am straight trading the 142 that I need to feel like I'm on a diet versus the 147. Like that's 5 pounds. Again, same husband, same life, same beautifulness.
Same body, like your body.
Yeah. Exactly. Everything, same closet, everything's the same. Just I weigh 5 pounds more. But the life I have, my intentions behind that 5 pounds was literally to create a different life. You guys, I don't think you understand like how far we've come, like in our personal lives. Like I wouldn't even go on more than one vacation a week, and it needed to be 1 week. The minute you would say 2 weeks, I would stress about the weight that I would gain on a 2-week vacation. Now I can't book enough trips in a year because there's
you can't
no
plan
fear.
vacations fast enough, guys.
I can't plan enough vacations. It's like next one. Zero fear, zero guilt. I never thought this would be my life. I literally never thought this would be my life. Like I would look at people that live that life and like, lucky them, I would gain all that my weight back if I lived that life. I remember thinking that.
And do you know what, guys? Like before, you would gain an extraordinary amount of weight on vacation. So not only has your thoughts around vacations changed, like you don't stress, but like you used to gain a lot of weight on vacation. And now you go on vacation and gain like nothing and go for 3 weeks.
Yeah. Like you guys, you don't even understand. Like I can't say this enough. Like I used to go on vacations and gain 10, 15 pounds though, because I was living a diet life most of the year. So every time I would go on vacation, like zero movement, just eat. And I had labeled vacations to look that way. Like, holy shit. And even if like calorie deficit, I knew it, I didn't believe it. I believed it. I believed it. I didn't live it. I had knowledge, not knowing. And I want to say this, I was so that thing that was so ingrained to me was weekend and weekdays. So like, you have to get weight on a Saturday. You have to eat all the things on the Saturday. Like I lived that life for what? A good 15 years for sure. Like, so that was a hard one.
Write this down on your list of things to talk about because we have a lot of like holidays coming up. So I'd love to talk about vacation/holidays and just the way that our perception of what that needs to look like. And I think we fear those things because in the past we act in a way that does cause a ton of weight gain, but it's like we've never considered that there's another alternative.
Like I would always fear vacation because I'm like, of course, if I go on vacation, I'm just going to gain so much. If I go on 4 vacations in a week, and vacation was literally just like a 2-nighter somewhere like that, like anything that was not in my kitchen, I would panic. Yeah. So I would be like, call that a vacation and be like, shit, I'm going to gain so much weight while I'm away. And there's no wonder I thought that way because I would actually gain a lot of weight every time I would go away. But it's like Alicia said, it's like I didn't think that I was in control of that. It's like that's just what happens. I get on the plane and I gain 15 pounds, like poor me. And I didn't realize that I had created that routine and that system and that I was in charge.
Oh, we are just going to take over the world here, team.
One day when people can just start listening and realizing how this way of living life literally is just like, we just amazing. Have to keep showing them how happy we are and how we do all the things, yet we keep not gaining the weight. Like, I don't know. That's what we're going to keep doing.
Yeah.
Cool. We're winning.
Guys, I will drink craft beer for you and wine and live my best life and keep showing you.
Yeah. I'll just keep going on vacation. And keep just living this life and be like, oh, here I am. We're gone again. And I can't wait.
Let's do it.
All right. Oh, good talk, everyone.
Great talk.
We're going to Tracadie at the end of this month. So if you're from that area, come see us. We're hosting a show about actually diet mentality. Ça suffit les diètes. On fait plus ça. So that's basically, we're trying to really bring our message across New Brunswick. This is a different type of show for us, but I'm really excited about it. Having that conversation and changing people's perception is like the dream. Like that's what we want. I love Choose You. I love that kind of talk content to make people feel inspired, but this is more like changing people's perception.
Yeah.
On weight loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be great.
All right. Be great. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.